Alright, hopefully this will help you do that subnetting for the hands-on final. If you look at our highest host requirement over here, it's for Tech Center, which is 200. And so for 200, we would actually need 2 to the 8th. So 2 to the 8th, that 8 tells us that we need 8 zeros right hand side of the line. So if I draw those out and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I have my dot because that's an octet. Then I have my line, then I have ones on this whole entire side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have another dot, and I'd have more ones for my other octets. But I can actually stop. I wouldn't even have to draw these out. Okay, so the first thing I do is I make everything all zeros. And that would be 0 dot. These would all be zeros. So that makes my first starting point 0 dot 0. Then I make the right hand side of the line ones to give me the broadcast or the finishing point for that range. So if I erase those and now I put in my ones, now I have 0 dot 255. Sorry for the horrible handwriting here. It's hard to write on my screen with this thing. So I have 0.0 through 0.255. Now my next range is going to have to spill over into that next octet because I can't have a 0.256. I can never have higher than 255. So my next range would start off at 1.0. And then I would do my subnetting for that. But before I do that, I need to figure out what my subnet mask is for this first range that I calculated. And your subnet mask is always how many ones you have in your subnet mask. So if I were to count up every single one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 in this octet. And I didn't draw out the third octet, but there'd be 8 more there. And I didn't draw out the fourth octet, which would be 8 more there. So 8 here, so 8 here, 8 here, and 8 here is a slash 24. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Hopefully after I do the other couple here, it will make a little bit more sense. So let me erase here quick, and then we'll pick up with where we left off. And again, where we left off is a 1.0 for my next octet. So the next highest host requirement is 100 for Jack Science Center. So for Jack Science Center, we would use 2 to the 7th. Now what I should have done is I should have drawn up my my chart with my power numbers and all that. But hopefully you understand how that part works from watching the other videos. If you don't, please let me know. So for 100 hosts, I would use 2 to the 7th. Again, the 7 tells me I have 7 zeros right hand side now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Draw my line. There's 8 bits in that octet. And then I would have a dot, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now if I want to draw out all octets, you sure can. I'm going to end up running out of space, but there would be 8 more ones here. It should be an S, 8 more ones in that octet. So I got 8 ones there, 8 ones there, 8 ones there, and then another one. So I automatically know that my subnet mask for whatever range I figure out here is going to be a /25. 8 ones and 8 ones is 16. Another 8 ones there is 24, and then right here is my 25th one. So if I add up every single one that I have a /25. Okay, I'm going to kind of get rid of these for a second. I don't usually add the other octets in the beginning just because they tend to make things longer and, in my opinion, make it a little bit more confusing. So where I left off is a 1.0. So if I were to draw out what 1.0 looks like, it looks like this. 1 dot all zeros on this right hand side. So 1, having trouble drawing a dot here. 1 dot all zeros. So that's my starting point. 1 dot all zeros. Then I change my right hand side to ones. Let's try to draw over this here. And now that number is 1 dot this here. If I add up all those, it's 127. So 1 dot 127. This here's the 1, this is the 2, this is the 4, this is the 8, this is the 16, this is the 32, and that's the 64. If I add all those up, I have 127. So this range here for JSC is 1.0 through 1.127. Now my next range where it's going to start off is one more than the last. And one more than the last here is 1.128. So that's where that future subnet is going to start, is at 1.128. And then you'd calculate it for 50. And for 50 hosts, you need 2 to the, I think, 6 that would be. And I'd have 6 zeros, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the right hand side, and 2 ones. And I'd do my subnet. I would start at 1.128. So 1.128 is a 1.128 is that. Okay, then to figure out my last portion, what do? Is I make my right hand side ones. So now I have a 1 dot 1011111. So I need to figure out what 1 0 1 1 1 1 1 1 is. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. I know it's a little bit messy here, trying to do it on the computer screen with this touch screen. Hopefully that gets you going in the right direction. If you still have questions, please let me know, and hopefully we'll get you straightened out one way or another. Might have a couple different angles in which we can take a look at it, but hopefully that will make a little bit of sense to you and get you your subnets and your ranges. That way you can fill out your chart and start configuring your devices.